What's up, guys? If you are into music reaction channels that are honest, raw, and authentic, look no further. You found your destination. It is the Taz and Philly Show. Welcome to our journey.
And make sure that you subscribe below and enjoy the show.
What is good, you sexy son of a guns? It is your boy Philly. That thing over there that's bobbing back and forth is Taz. And it is the Taz and Philly Show. And we are back with another reaction video. Welcome back, everybody. Glad to see everybody here. Guess where we're going tonight, Taz? We are going down a fur hole. It's my favorite kind of hole, the fur hole, and we're going down it. Falling in Reverse. And it's a song that was highly requested, and it's called Losing My Mind. And I will be honest in telling you that we realize there's also a song called Losing My Life. And I hope that we're not listening to it out of order, or that there is anything that has to do, if one has to do anything to do with the other, I'm not even sure. So if we're watching the second part of the movie before the first part, I apologize, and so does he, but we're not totally sure. We just noticed this was a highly requested song, so we're going to hop into it tonight. Losing My Mind by Falling in Reverse. What do you think, man? I mean, you've lost your mind a couple times, so I'm sure you can relate to this. Give them your thoughts before we get into it. Don't say you have no thoughts. Do not do it.
Well, it says it was from 4 years ago, so I know
Okay.
it's not. I know it's not from the other song we saw, which was from 11 years ago.
Right. Well, no kidding. No kidding,
but-
pal.
Shut your face. It's my turn. So, other than that, like, I do not know. Like, I did not hear this song before. For anybody that's watching for the first time, now that we get a lot of suggestions, we do not pre-watch the video because we wanted to try to be as raw and authentic as possible. So I have no idea what this song is about.
Right.
I've never seen it before, so I'm experiencing it for the first time. So you would think by the title, Losing My Mind, he's losing his mind. I don't like to always assume, though. So maybe somebody else is losing their mind. Who knows? But we're about to find out. I mean, before I do that, though, Falling in Reverse, I just became familiar with this group not that long ago, within like a week or two. And I'm impressed each and every time I watch a new video. Like, they are so diverse. They're multi-genre. The guy's vocal range is freaking sick. I mean, to go from soft spoken to like high pitched heavy metal screech, and it's all the tone and everything is just perfect. And then on top of that, his videos are just amazing. He really put some effort into that. So it's just an overall great experience to watch his videos. But even if there was no video, just listening to it, if you're driving down the street and he's on the radio, it's just amazing. I've never even heard this group before in my life until like a week or two ago. So it tells you that there's so many musical artists out there that we don't even know of yet. So I thank the subscribers for telling us, hey, you have to listen to Falling in Reverse. And now we're listening to them, and now we're down the journey listening to every damn song that they've made. So I'm really impressed about that. You have anything else to say, Philly?
No, I mean, excuse me, I agree with you. The first couple of songs that we listened to were obviously newer. The one that we listened to last time, the one that was like from 10 or 11 years ago, they were very different, very different. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just felt like you could feel the transition in the music, as far as like, they were kind of like an emo style back then, and now like the last couple of songs, it was more of a it felt like it was more like current, the rock rap kind of hard. He spit some really good bars. Like, he's a really good lyricist. I had no clue. I mean, I think he does it all very well. Plays instruments really well. He has a really good voice. Guy spits bars. He can, like you said, you call it a screech or whatever, his scream that he does. I mean, it's hard to do that as well. So I respect it. I got to be honest in saying I liked the transition more towards his newer stuff than the song that we heard, the first, like the late, like the 10-year ago song.
Right.
But that doesn't mean I disliked it. I just like kind of the transformation better. Now, this song's from 4 years ago, so I don't know. It's like it's like a happy medium. Where's he at now? Where's he at that point? So I'm
Oh,
curious.
good point. Right, this is in the middle, so that's gonna be interesting.
Right.
It'll kind of give us a chance to gauge when he really transformed. Like, did he transform a year ago, or did he transform maybe 4 years ago? Like, when was it? So this will kind of help since it's in the middle. Good point.
Yeah. So I got, excuse me, nothing else to say. And let's get into it. Again, it was Losing My Mind by
Right.
Falling in Reverse. Let's go, guys. Let's get it.
All right, let's go. Let's press play.
I got the motherfucking world in my palm now. Don't tell me to calm down. Striking a magic night in the track while I'm typing the captain's on now. Rap Casanova, we cashing us over in the back of a Rover. Six pack in a backpack and I'm cracking them open. Sifting, I'm trapped in the moment. Open your eyes, cause you're never gonna know if your next two might be your last. Everybody's always gonna bring up my past. My past that, interest up in my backpack. I'm the NASDAQ with a bad rap, so I'm not ready to change. I'm doing my thing. You're pointing the blame. You know I'm not ready to choose. So don't get confused and stay the hell out of my way. Why do you bother? You're losing your mind again. Everyone knows that. I'm losing my mind again. Through the hardships, living darkness, through the mud and to the marshes. My reputation is tarnished, but regardless, I am awesome. So the gossip from my lockup go colossal. Then I blossom to the boss of this rock stuff, and I'm never gonna stop till the cops come. What I'm really trying to say is say it to my face, and if you won't stay the fuck out my way. Rocking shows, locking low, stop me, no. I'm rapping the news, it's the essence of music. I'm best with the fusion of both. I'm not ready to change. I'm doing my thing. You're pointing the blame. You know I'm not ready to choose. So don't get confused and stay the hell out of my way. Why do you bother? You're losing your mind again. Everyone knows that. I'm losing my mind again.
Ever since I was a little boy, I always thought that the world was going to end in my lifetime. So I tried to seize every opportunity as it came to me because I believed it might stop the sky from falling down one more day. But the older I got, the more I realized that I cannot save the world. I'm not a superhero. I'm not perfect. I'm just me. A human being.
So let's take the road and break the cycle. So why do you believe everyone around me? Every single day we kill our idols. You won't break me down. Losing your mind again. You're losing your mind again. We're losing our mind. I'm not ready to change. I'm doing my thing. You're pointing the blame. You know I'm not ready to choose. So don't get confused and stay the hell out of my way. Why do you bother? You're losing your mind again. Everyone knows that. I'm losing my mind. Ready to change. I'm doing my thing. You're losing your mind. You know I'm not ready to choose. So don't get confused. I'm losing my mind.
Okay. Let's see. Let's bring us on back. I like that beat.
Yeah, I wrote a few things down. I don't know if anybody noticed. I was kind of jotting a couple things down because I the song, it had me just think of a few things. I didn't want to forget about it. So, like, since you talked about the beat, so part of that beat reminded me of, like, aside from the video part of it, where there was like strobe lights and kind of like flashing lights and shit, it had almost like a techno-y, dance clubby kind of beat sort of underneath of the guitar. It's what it kind of reminded me of. I thought like the bars that he spit in the beginning where he went over the rap part of it, I thought they were really well done. I liked that part of it as a lot. But I thought the beat definitely had like a techno dance club kind of a vibe with just the nice guitar behind it or on top of it or however you want to describe that. I thought it had like the hook I thought was a little bit like emo, which was more back to the roots of with the song that we heard from like 10 years ago. I thought it had that sort of vibe to it.
Right.
There was one small part where it seemed like he used a little bit of auto tune, which
Yes.
it was very minimal, and I had no problem with it. I thought it was a good use of it, but that just goes back to a little bit of that like clubby feel to me a little bit. But yeah, I thought it was a cool video, and those were the things I had written down. Overall, I thought the song was pretty good, and I think it did fit kind of between what we've heard so far because you had some of that rap, but that beat was definitely different than what we've heard else. Otherwise, you know, it didn't have a lot of the. This song didn't have a lot of that real hard like rah, where he really got it. Didn't have that at all. So it was just another vibe. It was cool. I thought it was well done. It's just it kind of sat in a middle road for me between what we heard from the earlier years and what we heard from the newer shit that had just come out. So I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, that part that you said about the middle road, like that did make sense to me. Like I could see the song that we heard from 11 years ago in there, and I could see a glimpse of what he does now.
Right.
Like how he changed it from rap to a little bit of heavy metal, a little bit, but then like he floated up in the air and like, you know, his eyes, he has that thing about when he gets to like this one part where he's about to unleash like the beast, as I call it. His eyes like either glow white or they filled with fire. Like that made me think of like Watch the World Burn when he did that. So I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I see a glimpse of his current stuff now. So
yeah,
that's pretty cool. Like to be on this journey now with him to like see, we've seen an older song, we see his current, and now we see this one that's kind of in the middle. And like you see, like for me at least, the meshing of two eras or whatever points in time, like together. And then of course, you know, he had shorter hair, so that always lets you know it's older. Yes, I mean overall, I really, really liked it. Yeah, I was pleased with that. Anything else you want to say?
No, I was one of the questions I would have for anybody that's a Falling in Reverse fan that probably would know, was there a point in time where this band like has different members? Like has it been the exact same band from the beginning? Obviously he's the lead singer, but has it been where the guitarist or the bassist or the drummers, anybody different? Because I feel like that could be the case. I could be wrong. Maybe part of why there was a transition is if you bring in other musicians, maybe like the vision changes some. I don't know. I just a theory, but I'm curious about that. But nonetheless, I mean, you know, sometimes you got to just change with the times, you know, to make yourself relevant. Because if you continue to do the same shit, I mean, think about it. I know things come back around again. Like I look at some of the styles that are out now, and it's like the stuff that I used to wear in like high school, which is funny. Like the '90s shit is back again, right? So like, I think everything comes back around again. Like at some point in time, like what was in 10 years ago might be really back in 10 years from now, let's say. So,
Is that Pink Hat Matt?
yes, it's 90s, baby. This is MTV. This is the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground is where I spent most of my days. You know how I'm going? You know what I'm talking about. Where's the pink hat? Stop it. Anyway, you got me off track. I was talking about Falling in Reverse, not my pink hat, but thank you. And that's really it. I thought it was a good song. I thought it was right in between what I've heard so far. I enjoyed it. And I would absolutely like it, you know, it intrigues me to listen to it more. I'm obviously going to listen to other Falling in Reverse songs because we're going to go down this journey a little bit more. But even if we weren't, let's just say, and I heard this song by myself, I'd be like, oh, let me check out some more of their stuff. So I like the song. any final thoughts you have before we get into a rating with this?
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm excited to see which we're going to see more of his songs. So it's nice to see the changes and stuff. Like it's not just the same type of video. You know what's going to happen. He's not just singing the same. Like he has that special gift where his voice can go different ranges. So that's a gift that makes him a double or a triple threat. Not everybody can do that. Some people have to. And to me, I think it's harder for people who can only do one type of range or genre because they have to make it more interesting and to be competitive because they're always in that genre. But for somebody like Falling in Reverse, who's multi-genre, he can change it up. If he wants to do a song that's straight up rap, he can do that. If he wants to make a song that's I'm gonna make this straight up heavy metal, he can do that. Or if he says, fuck it, I'm gonna just mix it together, he can do that. So that's like a triple threat. So that's really in his favor.
Well, this song to me had a lot of that in it. I mean, you're talking about he had rap bars, he had rock, he had like a hook where he sang, you had like clubby techno kind of beat. It was auto tune. It was a mishmash of all different styles, and he made it work. So
he did it tastefully because like I noticed the auto tune, but it was tastefully. It was just a small part. I can handle it if it's tastefully and if it's still clarity to it. But if the whole damn song is auto-tuned where I sound like I'm listening to like iRobot, that's where I personally am like, okay, just press stop. But that's just my opinion. I mean, other people out there I know love auto-tune to the max. Power to them, power to the artist. I have no shade. Make that dollar bill. But for me personally, I can only handle a little bit of auto-tuning if it's tastefully done. And Falling in Reverse, he did that tastefully to show another layer of his abilities. So yeah, that's how I feel about that.
Yeah, I mean, like, listen, the whole auto-tune thing, I go back to it. There's an ass for every seat. So what that basically means is there's a bunch of seats. There's a bunch of seats, and there's a bunch of asses, right? So every seat will contain an ass. My point really is not everybody is going to like auto-tune. So there are some people that do. That's why auto-tune exists, because there's a lot of people out there that like it. A lot of people like chocolate ice cream. A lot of people like vanilla ice cream. If they only made chocolate ice cream, not everybody would eat ice cream because not everybody likes chocolate, right? Like, I like them both. Sometimes I smash them shits together. But if you put me on a desert island and you were like, you could only have one flavor for the rest of your life, it would be chocolate. Now, I like to be diverse. I actually really like chocolate peanut butter, but you're not giving me that as an option. You're only saying, can I have chocolate or vanilla? And therefore, I would go with chocolate. But truthfully, if I could have both, I would take chocolate and vanilla and put it together. And then I would take chocolate syrup and I'd squirt it all over it and some whipped cream, maybe some nuts. I'd even throw a scoop of peanut butter in there if I could. But because I don't have that as an option, and you're saying, listen, you can only get chocolate or vanilla, I would only go with chocolate. But you understand my point, though, when saying I prefer to have both. You know? Okay, cool.
We all understand your analogy, so you can stop now. Thank you. Anyway, people.
Well, if you're still here with us at this point, just if you guys want to send me ice cream, I will let you know where to send it. I love that shit. All right. I always tell my wife, I go to the gym, I work my ass off. Some people have a 6-pack. I have a 4.5-pack, and the bottom 1.5 is where my ice cream goes. So we're good with that. I'll move on to the next video. Actually, we got to rate this shit before I get sidetracked. So again, Falling in Reverse. I am losing my fucking mind right now as I'm about to rate this friggin' shit. So
isn't he clever?
You like how I did that? Yes,
yeah,
sir. All right. So Taz is going to count to 3. For anybody that's new here, he's just learned how to do that. He's in our Sesame Street stages, but nonetheless, he's really, really improving. I, on the other hand, am a world-renowned drummer. I pick up my drumsticks, I give a little drum roll, and then we rate. It's a 2-rating system, right? Ass or pass. Either it's ass or it's pass. Thumbs down, ass. Thumbs up, pass. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm ready to go. You ready to count, brother?
I've been ready.
All right, here we go.
1, 2, 3. It's like
ding, 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 ding.
All right, thumbs up.
Falling in reverse.
Pass.
Passed again. Thank you for the suggestion, guys. We really appreciate it very much. Remember, I mentioned in the beginning of the video that there's a song called Losing My Life or Lose My Life. I am not sure if it's correlated to this song at all. If it is, let us know so we know to react to it next. If it's not, then we will start reacting to, maybe we'll just go to that song anyway because it was probably in the comments somewhere. But let us know what you want us to react to. And before we get out of here, I will say, like I always have, you could be anywhere in the world tonight that you would want to be. And right now you're spending the last 15 minutes with us. We couldn't appreciate you more for that. So from me, Philly, that thing over there is Taz as his beeper's blowing up. It is the Taz and Philly show. Have a wonderful night. Peace.
Take it easy and keep it breezy.